another episode of Two in the Cooler, folks. Thank you guys for listening and tuning in to the YouTube. If you want to support the show even further, the best way to do that is to check out the merch. We've got some great products at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. The link is going to be in this episode description as well as in our Instagram bio. Check out all the stuff we've got on there. Hoodies, mugs, fanny packs, pint glasses, whatever you're thinking of. Bucket hats as well, a lot of cool stuff on there, and of course the t-shirts, which I love because, as you know, tri-blend material. These things are soft as shit. That's Target quality, folks. Okay, you're not getting that stuff anywhere else. We've got merch not just for this show, but also for the other two shows we produce here, Schemin' and Dreamin' and Quested, the Dungeons and Dragons podcast. So be sure to check all of that out at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com, or just hit the link in the episode description. School is starting up again, folks, okay? Which means, one, you're going to want snacks for lunch, but two, you're not going to have a lot of time to go to the grocery store. The good thing is you don't need it because you can just use Instacart. Because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour, okay? The grocery store, it's stressful enough. When you're going back to school or whatever, you got kids going back to school, it makes it even worse, okay? The parking lot is an absolute mess. You go in there, it's just a maze. It's absolutely terrible. People are crashing their carts into each other. The grocery store, probably top 5 least favorite places in the world, somewhere after Guantanamo Bay, but maybe before Dachau. The point is, with Instacart, you can get all kinds of your favorite products delivered right to your front door. And the best part is, right now, Two in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do is spend $10, and Instacart will deliver whatever you're looking for absolutely free right to your front door. All you have to do to get that deal is hit the link in this episode description. Start making things a little easier on yourself and use Instacart today. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin', or Quested, the Dungeons and Dragons podcast that we just started producing right here, you can reach out to us. You can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. Podcast advertising is extremely effective because all of the ads are host-read, which is why large companies like Walmart, State Farm, McDonald's, frickin' McDonald's advertising on podcasts blows my fucking mind. But the reason they do it is because it's so effective, okay? And it's cool to see these large brands, these large companies moving away from traditional media into podcast advertising. But the other side of it is that it doesn't leave any room for smaller local businesses to get in on the action, which is why we're here, okay? So if you're interested in learning about all the benefits to podcast advertising, why these large companies are trying to get in on the action, again, you can reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com.
Take that logo off.
Yeah, take that, get those
Take
logos
that goddamn
off.
dog.
Take those logos
Take that
off.
doggone logo off.
I hope everything was ready.
Is it?
But as you may recall, our Grandpa Canada gave us each VHS tape when we were young. He gave you Old Yeller, and he gave me Davy Crockett. I don't know what year Davy Crockett would have been from. I did too, but I feel like, because I only remember watching it like once. I bet you that movie is super racist. Like,
he's
if
the
you
king
watched
of the
it
wild
today.
frontier.
Well, yeah, and I think that there's like some scenes with Native Americans in it.
Listen.
That probably not.
I'll tell you right
age
now.
well. Yeah.
Until we go back and watch it and confirm that, don't be spreading any anti-Davy Crockett propaganda.
Okay.
Because people will be out in force trying to take down Davy Crockett.
Sure.
Based off of what you're saying, which might not even be factual. Let's fact check.
Well, yeah,
first.
but if they
Davy Crockett viewing party,
Davy Crockett,
and we'll decide
who's gonna. Jesus Christ! I think anybody interested in that does not know how to work YouTube. They would not know how to tune in.
Davy Crockett. I saw a commercial like an ad, a trailer for a movie last night that looks like potentially the best. Definitely will be like the best movie of the fall. Has a good chance to be movie of the year, and will long term be in the running for movie of all time.
Okay.
And it's a Roku movie.
I knew. Okay, yes, I knew what you were gonna say, and I watched that trailer as well.
You knew what I was gonna say?
Yeah, I did, because I watched it, and after seeing the trailer myself, there's only one answer to this question you were posing. It's the Weird Al movie.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, starring Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al. First of all, excellent choice. Daniel Radcliffe can really fucking act. And that guy has been in so many like super weird movies since they stopped doing Harry Potter. Like, the dude can do no wrong. He seems like a great guy. He's super talented.
Black Swan. Wasn't he in Black Swan?
No.
Oh, he was in those horror movies.
Yeah, The Woman in Black.
The Woman in Black. Same movie.
The Woman in Black Swan. But yeah, I remember when they announced that they were going to be... Will you turn my headphones up a little bit, please, Emily?
You might as well turn me up too while you're at it.
Thank you. When they announced it, the Weird Al biopic, I was like, this is strange. But after watching like the teaser, and now it's been confirmed by the full trailer, unbelievable. Weird Al, I've said it before on this podcast like millions of times. The fact that we did not get baked out of our minds and go see Weird Al at Art Park, whenever the fuck that was, pre-COVID, is one of my biggest regrets.
Here's my thing with the trailer is, well, I feel like movies about singers have been doing well.
Sure.
So that's probably where the idea stemmed from. Like, I feel like it started with that Queen movie.
Oh, maybe.
And then Rocket Man came out.
Yeah, which, very good. Rocket Man, underrated.
And then I feel like, yeah, there's been other, The Dirt came out. That was the
Dirt
Motley Crue movie.
That was before Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, but
though.
I feel like they're all kind of in the same
Dirt also
cluster
a
of
good
years.
movie.
Yeah. Here's my thing is, it's it says it's based on the true story of his life.
Right.
The problem that I had watching the trailer is like in the moments that seemed like they were supposed to be more serious, and like in most movies they would, like when his parents are telling him to not be himself and stuff like that, that scene, which is ironic because he's Weird Al, Like, it's hard to take that seriously in a movie about Weird Al.
Do you not? You get it though, right?
What do you mean?
It's not actually the true story of Weird Al.
That's what I was gonna. That's like what I was getting at.
That's the gag. Is that because Weird Al is such a wholesome guy, like the most wholesome dude. He never dated Madonna in real life, man.
That was also on my list of questions.
And he like, I don't even know if he drinks. And his parents were insanely supportive of him. His dad.
I'm sorry. I've never watched the previous Weird Al biography that came out. I'm sorry that in this minute and 32. That's why I was asking all these questions, Andrew. This was literally my whole point of bringing this up was I have questions. No.
Okay.
Disavow. Fuck you. That ruined my. Okay. How long we got left in the show? You couldn't even let me get the questions out? You're trying to be like, you fucking idiot.
No,
that's not even real. That's what I was going to ask. That's what I was fucking getting at. I was leading up to that. Like, is this real? Did he really date Madonna? How am I supposed to know that? I've never watched I've never watched the previously released biography, movie, documentary on Weird Al. I don't know his life story. I don't know. This is not funny. I don't know that his parents were very. How am I supposed to know that? Did you read his book? You probably read a Weird Al book. No, don't lie to me.
I don't even know if he has a book.
How do you know that then?
Just I've heard him in interviews and stuff. And things like that. And I've heard people, because like he was in a couple episodes of Drunk History. He was like reenacting, because again, I'm pretty sure he doesn't drink. I don't know if he ever has. But,
but that was like when they're.
One of the things though, because Drunk History, a lot of time like they swear a lot in that show because people are drunk, and that's also very funny to see like George Washington, a guy dressed as George Washington, like say the F word and stuff.
Yeah.
So when they approached Weird Al to do it, he was like, this show is very funny. However, I made a promise to my fans long ago that I would never swear, that I would never curse. So if we're going to do it, it's got to be like, I just can't. I mean, even this, it's too close for him. You know, it's almost akin to like when Steve-O was like worried about getting anesthesia for surgery if that would affect his sobriety.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then cut to Weird Al playing Adolf Hitler on Drunk History, but he didn't swear or anything. So he's like a super wholesome guy. I'm sorry I didn't put that together for you earlier. I was not sure. Yeah, there you go.
I'm making something happen.
But yeah, but this is like I'm so glad that it is fake. Like, it's such a good idea. It's so funny. It's going to be...
Sorry.
No, it's all right.
No, I me too, because I was like, when did Weird Al go through this stage? Like, you'd think he would have came out with some slightly, like, more obscure music if he was addicted to drugs, banging Madonna.
I gotta say, and I don't mean this as an insult to you, but I am glad I'm in a way that you, like, fell for it.
I didn't... This was my whole point.
But
it wasn't that I...
Not that you fell for it, but that there was a part of you that was like, this
like, this
real?
doesn't
like,
make sense to me in
right.
the based off of, like, Weird Al. Like, it seems... Trying to, like, watching that trailer and thinking of it, like, serious moments in Weird Al's life,
yeah,
say they were real, wouldn't seem serious because it's Weird Al.
Because it's Weird Al. It looks like it's going to be so good. It looks like it's going to be so good. And I don't know if Roku has ever put out any original content, let alone a movie.
They have. I think.
Okay.
I think they have their own channel.
Yeah, they have their own channel, but it's like they curate a lot of stuff on there. They were almost trying to be Tubi before Tubi.
Tubi.
Yeah, Tubi rules. If this had been a Tubi movie, it would have been incredible.
We should make a Tubi movie.
I'll reach out, I guess. I'll try, but I don't know. That reminds me, I was actually a fake Shania Twain documentary. Shania Twain.
You should play Shania Twain.
I would love to play Shania Twain. I think I could bring gravitas to the character. I think that my ass looks phenomenal in jeans in a way that would
That's just not true.
Really
you got a long back.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I didn't get it at first.
You got a long back.
My back goes all the way to my thighs. Is what you're saying?
Your back connects to your thighs.
I hear you. Now listen. I'll be the first to say my legs got a lot of problems, but only if you look at it from the front. If you see it from the back, it's a completely different situation, and it will blow you away. I'm just saying, just for folks. I just want to get that on the record.
That's just so not true.
It's very true. It's very true. That's why why do you think I wear these tan pants all the time? It's to reduce the attractiveness, okay?
No,
because when you remember I used to wear jeans every single day.
You have enough going on.
It was too powerful.
You have enough going on to reduce the attractiveness that you don't need to wear tan pants to do so.
You would think that. You would think that. Especially if you saw the photo that we posted today that Instagram took down. They took it down? They did. Did you see the one we posted today?
Of me in the Edwartown Middle School tank top?
Yes.
Why'd they take it down?
Because the caption was, because we're leaning against that lamppost, and the caption was, "Hey kid, you want to buy some steroids and or jazz music?" Because I was dressed like a dummy, and you had the Edwartown Middle School fucking tank top thing on.
Yeah.
So they took it down, and they won't even... Because usually when things get taken down...
You can appeal?
You can... Not this time. Well, completely. Because it had the words "buy" and steroids and like the same. They took it down. It's a big deal. It's not a huge deal, but it's like... God, it made
big tech, man.
Like, we
trying to slow us down.
We didn't even get...
a warning.
Well,
a steroid warning.
Yeah, but they don't deal in warnings. They don't give people warnings for anything. But like the other thing that we got taken down months ago, the Hitler versus a leprechaun, who would win of the week. We could appeal that. We could have appealed that. Like, that was nothing. But
so you can appeal Hitler, but not steroids.
Exactly. In the eyes of Instagram, Barry Bonds is worse than Adolf Hitler.
That's what Instagram's worried about.
Yeah. Well, especially like I've talked to a lot of companies centered around cannabis, even just like CBD, and people whose accounts are centered around that stuff, and they fucking get the shaft from Instagram. It's really rough for even like, minuscule things. Not like,
Zuckerberg,
showing too much stuff. Yeah, I did not finish his episode of the Joe Rogan podcast, but it's interesting to me that he'd even
go on there.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was an episode. I'm not a Roganite.
It was just like last week or whatever.
I've never listened to an episode of Joe Rogan.
I like it when he has comedians on. There's one. There's one today. It's got he does these ones with Mark Normand, Shane Gillis, and Ari Shaffir, and it's
a funny group of guys.
Hilarious. It's like they do that group like once a month.
Okay.
It's like the best. It's like the funniest podcast you can listen to.
Did you see that thing that to get Joe Rogan on your podcast, $50,000?
Really?
For an hour?
Where's that coming from?
Facts.
What do you mean?
Who was I having this conversation with? Look it up.
I don't have my phone.
Wish we had the thing. I'll look it up.
Could bring my laptop in here. We have it ready to go. By the way, we just
Joe Rogan 50.
Because that's surprising to me.
To go on a podcast.
Because that guy's time is very valuable.
Yes, $50,000.
Can I see?
Yeah, Andrew Schultz says it cost Joe Rogan $50K.
Okay, yeah, that's different. I listened to that. He didn't pay Joe Rogan to come on his podcast. He was saying that because they're pals, Joe Rogan did his podcast like a month or a couple ago. He said that he guessed that it cost Joe Rogan $50,000 to come to New York City and do his podcast. The time and, Joe Rogan travels private. Obviously, he's got a security team and everything. So, no, we could not give Joe Rogan a check for $50,000 to come on the show.
I was about to start a GoFundMe.
Yeah, that would have been something. No,
you don't think we could? I think we could.
I don't want to pay anybody to come on the podcast. Like, I don't want any, especially like.
But this is why I was having this conversation, was because $50,000 to have Joe Rogan like show up to something and like, in a sense, like promote whatever you're doing is probably not that much money to pay him because of how famous he is.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all I was getting at.
Yeah. No, it would be interesting.
I talked to Joe the other day. He said he might stop by, soon, but we wouldn't have to pay him to do so.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. When he gets done. You ever see the video of him when he set off his fire alarm from working out?
No.
It was during, the Sober October things that they do? Well, he's got like a gym in his house, right?
Yeah.
So they were doing this Sober October health competition, and they had some kind of device, and it would like measure your heart rate. And when you got up to when your heart rate got up to a certain level, you were in the red zone, and you got more points for being in the red zone a certain amount of times, And he just went crazy one day, and he worked out for like 6 hours or something. And he was sweating so much, his body was heating up so much that the fire alarm went off in his gym.
I don't believe that.
I'm just saying.
That's not even real.
Saying. I think it could have happened, man. That guy's pretty crazy as far as that stuff is concerned. But anyways, I drove past Lasertron today, and
I was just talking about Lasertron.
Oh yeah, that's the site of my.
For a surprise.
No. Just stop in middle of the day. Give me a Lasertron surprise. That was the site of my first car accident, though, was Lasertron.
Yeah, I've heard that story. In the snow.
It was in the snow. It was New Year's Eve of the first year I got my license, which would have been, I don't know what year that is.
2014, probably.
Yeah, maybe 2013, maybe 2012.
Because you graduated in 2015, so you would have been a junior in 2014, which is when you got your license.
All right, well, anyways. Yeah, so I was backing out of my spot in the Lasertron parking lot, and this guy and his wife were pulling into a handicap spot. They were, or no, it wasn't even a handicap spot. It was just like a no parking
Fire lane.
spot. Yeah, it was a fire lane, and I didn't see them, so I back up, and then my car kind of stops for a second. I'm like, oh, because there's snow, so I better accelerate further. So I push down on the gas, and I'm just now pushing this man's car with my car, very, very slowly, but still like just gliding it across the snowy parking lot. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. So then I have my friend in the passenger seat, and she's like, I think you're running into a car. I'm like, no way. And I turn, sure enough, tan Buick right behind me. So I get out of the car, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my fucking God, I can't believe this happened. This guy gets out. Before he even says a word, like lights up a cigarette. And he, that was a fruit fly.
That's that same fucking fruit fly from last week. I'll get him.
He gets out of the car and he's like, hey, I don't, whatever. And his wife gets out of the car and they had their 2 kids. And she's like, I got kids in the car. I have kids in the car. She's like screaming at me. I didn't know that. It's not like I hit you because you had kids in the car. So then, we exchange information with this guy and I'm like, Andrew, you piece of shit. This is it. This is where your life ends right here. It's this fender bender. So I give my friend our phone. I'm like, you have to text my mom because if she hears it from me, it's over. I'm done. So I made this poor girl text our mom, hey, this is me. I'm in the car with Andrew. We got into a little accident. Everything's okay. He's gonna drop me off, and then he's gonna come back and whatever, and like we're all good. And I thought it was over, but I didn't take any pictures of the accident because it was my first one. I didn't even know what to hand him for the insurance. I was giving him like literally, I was just pulling shit out of the glove box. I gave him a pile of McDonald's napkins or something. Like, is this right? I had no idea what to give him, and I don't think. This fucking fruit fly.
Yeah, no, he's gonna go.
And I don't think there was any actual damage to this guy's car. What I'm saying is I'm accusing this man of insurance fraud because he did make a claim, and I'm pretty sure nothing happened. And also, again, a legal spot. I didn't even realize it at whatever. But yeah, that's my first car accident. And then just a series. I'll tell you what, backup cameras have changed my life.
You have a backup camera?
I got a backup camera in the Cruise, buddy.
I don't need one. I just look.
That's, yeah, I get it. That's fair. For some of us, that's difficult for whatever reason. All of my incidences have been
in reverse.
Yeah, in reverse. Every single one. I hit a PT Cruiser. I backed into a PT Cruiser. It exploded. I hit my own mailbox.
Yeah,
you were in the car with me when that happened.
You were notorious for hitting mailboxes.
No, I only hit the one mailbox.
Dude,
I
think I've told this story before, but do you remember the day when you tried to take Dad's car somewhere?
Yes.
I'll never forget that.
That was a mistake. You lost your Jewel that day too. That's when Jewels were big. Yeah, you were out there for a long time.
Yeah,
it was snowy. It was very snowy.
It was like a snowstorm. Yeah, like everything was closed. And you were like, I'm not going to take my car. I'm going to take this car, which is the worst car you could ever drive in the snow.
Hey.
And it didn't even make it. It didn't even make it past where like our property line ended at our old house in the front yard.
That's
correct. You literally got not even 30 feet.
That's correct. What do you want? What do you want from me?
And it still took us probably an hour and a half to get it back in the driveway.
Yeah, that was the problem, was getting it back in the driveway after we... See, that was super demoralizing because we already lost. It was
just
up.
You. I was inside. You called me and were like, I was not going with you.
No, I know, but like you and Adriano were like pushing me. I think Logar might have been there as well.
He was probably just watching. He's probably still in the basement. Yeah.
But yeah, I drove past that Lasertron today and like just got me thinking about those all those arcade games and stuff.
I went to that Lasertron last summer. And they have a sick putt-putt course.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Inside?
Out back.
Oh, really?
Outdoors.
I haven't gotten many.
So we played, we played some putt-putt, and then we played some arcade games.
It was
a fun little experience.
If you had to,
I won a ton of Airheads. That's what I used all my tickets on. Just like a shit ton of Airheads.
That is smart, I would say, for the exchange rate tickets
Well,
to
that's
Airheads.
the thing is like you can get like really shitty toys or like candy, or you need like $700,000 worth of tickets to get like a model airplane.
Yeah. Oh, I always like the parachute, man.
We've outgrown the parachute, man. Unless you need them for a reason. The thing is,
Yeah.
there's not like I can't have them casually sitting around my room anymore waiting to like go somewhere where it's tall enough for me to drop them.
That was always a problem because you drop them off the top of the stairs, and it's the most anticlimactic thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, that's not fun. Like they were fun. We used to get them when we would go to. Do you remember the Embassy Suites in Cleveland?
Yeah, I do. That's a great hotel.
He's mine.
Right on the pop socket. You got him? Nice. That reminds me. Oh, don't wipe it on the wall.
I'm hanging him on the wall to let
As a
everybody else
warning?
know.
When
Yeah.
I worked at Dave's pizza joint, R.I.P.,
Shout out.
there was one of the guys that I worked with. He was the manager there, and he was everybody. that
Either
I
way,
worked with there was weird. He like killed a bee, and then he like took its head
And
and
hung
like
it to the wall.
hung it on
Yeah.
the screen door.
You can't do
as,
that
like
with
a
bees.
warning to other bees.
Because bees, like, I'm pretty sure they release like a chemical pheromone that's like warning, send more bees.
Oh, that could be
Could be making that up. But anyway, what was I saying?
arcade games, right?
Embassy Suites.
Oh, Embassy Suites.
And you know how it was all open there, and we would cause chaos because
yeah,
we'd
yeah,
get
yeah.
the big ones, like we'd get them on Amazon and throw them off the top of there, make them fall into weddings and stuff. So it was good fun. My first ever car accident was such a different story, and I guess it kind of shows the difference in personality that we had growing up as children, because I left school that day in my car. It wasn't even that I just got my license. I had only had my car for like 4 days because it was like about to be the start of hockey season. So, but like when tryouts were. So this was like probably March, April. So sun's out, windows are down. After school, we went over to Alex's, whipped up some food. We had hockey tryouts that night for the Wheatfield Blades. I had to leave Alex's house at a certain time to go home, get my hockey bag, and then go to tryouts. So I'm sitting at a red light. No, I'm at a stop sign trying to turn right. Do you know this story?
Yeah.
And some person, some like older dude with his wife, just fucking rails me from behind. Like I'm stone cold stopped at this stop sign. I don't know what this person was doing, and I had same situation as you, like never ever been in an accident, like, you know, just had my car, just had my license, didn't really know what was going on. My thought wasn't like I'm screwed because I knew it wasn't my fault. My thought was like, I don't know what to do. Our father was out of town. Our mother was at home. I had to have called her 75 times, and she did not answer the phone one single time.
No.
So I completely winged it, and it was kind of the same thing. Like I didn't know what to give him. I could tell he was like, I knew that he was like, in his mind, he was getting out of this scot-free. But I didn't know how to stop him from getting out of this scot-free because I had no clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I was so pissed, like, that our mother would not, like, didn't answer her phone.
I know.
Because I was like, what am I supposed to do? I was going to be late for hockey. Now, I was fuming would be an understatement. Like I was.
Oh, I know.
And
I'm familiar with that version.
I walked in that house, ripped this door open as fast as I could, and slammed it as hard as I could. Like slammed it. And our mom was like, "What? What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I just freaked out. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. You don't answer your phone. I felt really bad after, but I was so like worked up because I'd never been in this situation, and I was now late for hockey. And if you know me, being late to things is like my kryptonite. Like I will freak out if I'm like running behind for something. And I was so mad in this moment that like I needed one answer to somebody to tell me what to do. And it wasn't her fault. Obviously, she was doing things, but He's like, why did we even invent cell phones? This is all a fucking waste.
Fuck you, Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
One time your being late is me being lost, and which happens to me all the time because I'm terrible with directions, but it makes me very anxious. I was supposed to meet Mom and Dad and some other people out at some restaurant one time. I had no idea where it was. Put it in the GPS. GPS was wrong. So I called Mom as well like a bunch of times, and on just, the 12th time of her not answering, the phone is just ringing, and I'm just screaming like, pick up the fucking phone! And she answers. She's like, what? What is wrong? What's happening? I'm like,
what was the restaurant?
Shit, sorry. I don't remember where it was or anything like that. It might have been like a pizza place or something. It doesn't matter. The point is,
you couldn't figure out where you were going.
I couldn't figure out where it was going.
But you had a phone. Couldn't GPS it?
It was look. That's not the point. That's not the point.
It seems like that's the point.
We're just swapping stories. We're just swapping stories.
Yeah. My being like the problem is with me why people get agitated at me for being like us, like, kind of freaking out when we're running late is my version of running late is like you're supposed to be somewhere at 6 and like you're not going to be there. You're not going to pull into the parking lot until 6. So you're not going to walk in until 6:02. Like in order to feel comfortable in a situation, I'm 10 plus every time early.
Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Got to be prepared.
Yeah.
How can you that's another big fear of mine is like getting to an event that I've never been to before and you're like not properly like dressed or something.
Oh, really?
Like, that scene in Mean Girls where they
where those girls are being mean?
Yeah. Well, no, when she goes to
the Halloween party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's Playboy bunnies and she's Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
It's a classic scene. Great movie.
That, or not even that, though, like, movie scenes where they're like, oh, it's a costume party, and the people show up and it's not a costume party.
Sure.
That is not only the worst fear I've ever had in my life, but to me that is that's not a prank. That's not funny.
Sure.
That is so mean.
Oh, yeah. That's the point.
But I feel like it would happen to some people, and some people would be like, oh, this is funny.
Right.
Not me.
Have you seen that trend of where people are like, we bought our boyfriends the same shirt and made them all wear it to dinner?
Yeah.
I got to tell you something. I don't know what your day looks like, but make sure you pencil in to go fuck yourself.
No, see, that is like, I think that, like, I could see my friends and I all showing up to dinner all wearing the same stuff and being like, this is pretty funny.
Here's the other thing. You know what is part of it? Is if I don't know who these fucking guys are.
Oh, I agree. If you saw a group of guys out having a good time, like at like a restaurant, and they were all wearing the exact same shirt.
No, I'm talking about like if we
bags.
went out, like if my fiance was like, we're going out to dinner with all these couples,
and it's random,
and I
people.
never exactly,
yeah,
I never really met them.
That's weird.
I'm like, what are you guys?
Well, that's weird.
What do you? I know. I'm like,
because then you're like, oh, this is weird.
This is not really that, but when I would go to Michigan to visit her when we were in college, she was in a sorority, and so I would go for like, what do they call those, like formals and stuff. Yeah. And there's this one, I think the first one that I went to, and Michigan sorority, like, it's pretty nice, and the thing, there's a lot of like good looking people go to good schools a lot of the time.
Well, that's not true. There's just more people.
You know what? That's a great call.
Yeah,
that's
there's just
that's
a lot
exactly
of people
what it
that
is.
go to that
so
school.
Of course some of them are gonna be.
Yeah.
So we go there and there's this girl, and she's like flitting around the room, and she introduced herself. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm going. My date's not here. John Marco. If you see him, let him know where I am. Like, oh, John Marco. John Marco's coming. She goes off to another like two people. She's like, oh, John Marco's coming. I don't know where John Marco is. He's late. John Marco. So like 20 minutes later, I'm hanging around and John Marco shows up. And now she's taken John Marco around to like meet everybody. And John Marco rolls up. And this guy, smooth operator. Very, very, number one, very handsome. Great hair on John Marco. I mean, lived up to the hype.
He had it going on.
John Marco had it going on. He lived up to the hype. And so we interact for like a couple seconds or whatever, and then we go. And it's like time to leave to go to wherever the formal actually is or whatever. And he's he like comes over and he like leans in as he's leaving. And I'm standing there by myself at this point, and he kind of leans in and he goes, "I'll catch you over there, buddy." And like I'm like, "Ooh, John Marco." And I think about that guy all the time cuz he's just so John Marco. This other
Is that a first name, last name, or is that one name?
I don't know. It's gotta be. I think it's gotta be his. I think that's gotta be just his first name, John Marco Theodore Esquire, whatever.
Yeah.
This other formal, this one I actually had a good time at. And
you didn't hang out with John Marco?
No, but I was looking for him, and obviously I told my friends, I'm like, I met this guy John Marco. So I'm texting with Sam Phillips, and he's like, "If you see John Marco, let me know." And I'm like, "I'm on it, buddy." So we go and we do this formal, and then we go back to this guy's apartment, like maybe like 10 people or 8 people, and this guy and I are talking. Again, super nice guy, great hair on him as well. Different from John Marco's, different but just as good. And he had like these D&D books at his apartment, so we're kind of talking about that, and he's like, "Hey, do you want to come up to the roof and smoke a bowl?" So I'm like, "Yeah." So all of us like go up there, and we're standing in the circle, and we got a bowl, passing it around. And this was the senior year of college, so everybody's graduating, and this guy had gone for engineering. So we were talking about, everybody was kind of saying, like, if they had jobs lined up already, what they were going to do and stuff. And I have never, I just met this guy. All we did was talk about D&D and say, "Let's go smoke weed."
Yeah.
He's standing on the other like side of the circle from me, and his girlfriend is like right in front of me, passing the thing around talking, and she goes, "Jeremy, he got a job, $50,000 signing bonus." And this one girl's like, "What the fuck?" And he goes, No. And she goes, "Did she say 50 or 15? And he goes, 15. And then he looks at me and he winks. Just me. Nobody else saw it. And I'm like, I'm not going to blow up this guy's spot. We just shared a beautiful moment on the roof.
Passing a bowl? Winking at each other?
Yeah, so I don't know who that guy is, but I do like that. I like that dude.
That guy's on your list too, of guys that you'd to see what they're up to these days.
I would like to see. I bet you he's
wonder
doing
what
well.
he did with that signing bonus.
I
At least he was humble about it.
Oh yeah, he didn't want anybody to know except me for some reason. God. Yeah, it was cool when I'd go up there and check out the big, school like that and stuff. Have you ever been to Las Vegas before?
Never the Strip.
But you've just been to the city, or just the airport, or what?
Yeah, because
just the airport.
Yeah, well, pretty much.
Yeah.
UNLV is there.
Oh, okay.
So we're actually going. Yeah, I'll be back there again in November.
I'm going in about 2 weeks.
Yeah,
for a bachelor party. I've never been there before, and I don't know what to expect, to be perfectly honest with you. All I know about Las Vegas
is The Hangover.
Oh yeah, that's right. I wasn't even going to say that. Man, I need to. What the fuck is wrong with me?
I think that is Las Vegas, and Double Shot at Love.
Season 2. God, what a phenomenal show. Shout out to
What
Darren
were you
Page.
going to say, though?
The television show Las Vegas, starring Josh Duhamel.
Again, also lost. Like, I think, again, also never, like, been there to experience it. But my opinion, the way I understand it, and this is probably because I've never been there, but I think movies don't do many places, like, accurately.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like, all of cinema does Las Vegas accurately.
I wonder.
Like, I really think that's what it is, because I feel like in Las Vegas's mind, they're like, their goal is to live up to the hype of the cinema.
Right. That makes sense. I think that, but I think first and foremost, I mean, it's just a town built to entertain,
Yeah.
But that,
Well, they used to say that like going to Las Vegas wasn't that expensive because it was all the casinos. But now I feel like that it's such like a big place. I feel like it now is a very expensive thing to do.
I don't know. It's super cheap to fly there on Frontier Airlines, which is what I'm doing. I'm not getting my returning flight. I leave because of the time zone fucking thing. I leave Las Vegas.
How long are you there? Let me fly in.
Thursday.
You leave Buffalo.
Yeah, I leave Buffalo like 5:45. I think it's PM on a Thursday.
Okay.
It's like a because
direct?
It's like a 4-hour. Yes, direct. I can't do
Frontier's got direct to Vegas.
Buffalo to Vegas, baby.
Wow.
So
yeah, it's probably like almost a 5-hour flight.
Yeah, but because of the time difference, you get there at like 7 p.m. Las Vegas time, and then I'm there and then I'm leaving Sunday at 10 p.m. Vegas time, getting in at about 6 in the morning.
Red eye in it.
Hell yeah.
I didn't even know they had red eyes that flew.
Me neither.
Into Buffalo.
I'm excited to take a red eye though because of
that
I've just
seems
heard
like
the term so
dangerous,
much.
Though.
Oh, I think it's going to be terrible.
No, I
think it's
mean
gonna be
like
terrible.
because you're Sunday, so you're flying in Thursday, leaving Sunday.
Yeah.
It's a long time to be in Vegas. And like, what are you going to do all day Sunday? Like, do you have a plan? Are you flying solo or other people on your flight?
I'm pretty sure I'm flying solo.
Everybody was on their own flight plan.
Yeah. So I don't think anybody's got the same one as me.
So you're gonna have a little time to kill in Vegas by yourself.
Yeah. So, but
you
me.
going straight to the airport?
I'll probably go straight to the airport. You know me.
The airport's like
the idea of walking around with a suitcase,
slots.
though. Yeah, sure. But that just I can't do that. I hate being.
No, I mean in the airport.
Well, yeah, I know.
They probably
I'm
have
just
those
saying.
pods.
That's why
I bet you they have pods.
Like sleep pods.
I looked for one when I was stuck in Atlanta because I know more and more airports have them now.
Okay.
But they didn't have like a straight pod system. They had like a place that was like you rent it and it's pretty much like a mini. It's not like a hotel. It almost looks like a small, like it's got like a desk, a TV, and like a couch, and that's it. Like it's just a room with that and a door that locks. And it's not. I mean, it's like you get like 2 hours or whatever. It's like $150. But it was to the gills. Like I was there. I landed in Atlanta at like 2:30, and I wasn't leaving until like after 10 p.m. And the only available time slot when I got there at 2:30 still was like 9:45 p.m.
Wow. It's a hot commodity.
Yeah.
I can see why, though. I definitely
But I do know some airports have like pods that are like
up for grabs.
App it up, and you just like type in your code, and it's literally just like a bed in a pod.
You know what?
And apparently they're pretty clean.
I like the idea of an airport bar, though. I like that.
That's what I was getting at with why the 10 p.m. red eye is dangerous, because like you could be you could be there for a long time. It's not a good idea. And airport bars are like zillions of dollars. Maybe you'll hit it big though.
Yeah, well, I doubt it. What
if you do?
See, I don't. Yeah, I guess so. What if I do? I mean,
I feel like the good mindset to have is I'm probably not. Because I feel like everybody goes like, I could hit it big, and they never do. But if you go and you're like, I'll probably lose a couple, like $200-$300, but I'll cut myself off there, and you're gonna come home with like.
But you know me, I'm not like a gambler. I don't even really like to drink that much. Like I'm not.
No, I know.
I'm not a fun person, is what I'm trying to say.
I wouldn't say that, but I feel
However, I do still need to check how legal weed is in Vegas. Although I know there's a smoke shop I can buy Delta 8 if I
had to. I'm sure it fucking.
I don't know. That's what I'm worried about for Tennessee when we do my bachelor party, which I
thought the reason you wanted to go there was because it was legal.
No, I just wanted to do it because it sounded fun. Nashville, that is.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good time. Yeah. Kid Rock's house, which is in Nashville, is just a replica of the White House. But it's bigger. It's like way bigger than the White House.
Does he have the wings, East and West Wing?
I think he's done it. I think he's done it his own design. It's just the outside, the facade looks like the White House.
Like the front of it.
The whole.
How could it possibly be bigger?
Around. The White House, I don't think, is actually that big.
There's like 37 bedrooms in it.
Yeah, but some of them are small. People were smaller back then. You know, you don't need as much room in the bedroom. And it's not like you had to put a TV or anything in there. Like, it was literally just a bed.
I don't think it's bigger
and maybe
than the
like
White House.
a desk. So you can write letters to your lover by candlelight. Like,
I don't
that's all
think
you,
it's
that's
bigger
all,
than the White
those
House.
are
I veto
literally the
that.
highest commodities. It you can look that shit up.
Is Kid Rock's house bigger than the White House?
I think that's what I've heard.
Kid Rich.
Just heard it's bigger.
House.
I know he's got a shower. I know he's got an elevator made of gold and a shower
Bigger, yeah.
that is all gold as well.
Wow.
These are just things I've heard. Where is Kid Rock's money still coming from, man? That guy must be doing big shows still somewhere. It is bigger than the White House? What do you got?
See, this is. Did you hear this on Joe Rogan?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And other podcasts.
Kid Rock has a replica of the White House built on his property in Nashville. It's quite a bit bigger than the actual White House. It only has 2 bedrooms, though. It's about 27,000 square feet. The rest of the house is just party. That's what this article says.
Wow.
I need to figure out more.
You
Massive
gotta
20,000
be-
foot. This says.
I tell you what. I was trashing Kid Rock a little bit just now, being like, "Hey, who's paying for his concert tickets?"
You
But
don't-
exactly, I don't know. I'm just out of the loop on that. In the same way people would be about like, and I am about
let's
like
see.
Garth Brooks, how that guy fucking moves seats. But to have a full house partying, how old is Kid Rock? Because you got to be a special breed to still be that kind of rock star. Because rock stars, not that there are a lot of rock stars really these days. Because that genre is kind of
Kid Rock
out
pretty
of
much
it.
exclusively has Unreal songs all summer long.
But that's from a different song though.
What
Right?
is all summer long?
No,
No, he made that up. I just added a Kid Rock song to a playlist. He actually doesn't. His Essentials playlist is only 15 songs, and I only knew like 2 of them.
That's pretty good though for an like
Greatest
15
hits you
songs is
never
good.
saw coming. Do you know Bawid? Is that? Bang the dang diddy. That's what song it. That's it right there. That's how he bought that house. What do you mean? I didn't know that was Kid Rock.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Well, that's it right there. That's exactly that house. I guarantee you.
The house that Bong Diddy Bong paid for. The house that
NHL
Bong Diddy
hits
Bong built.
02. Bong diddy bong da bang da bang diddy 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 bong da bong. Pretty sure that's a song. Man.
That's a big not wow. That feels like that's a song they play in a hockey arena. For
Yeah.
sure. It's almost as if it was written exclusively to be
Yeah.
played in hockey arenas.
Yeah, that song. I've definitely heard that song played in arenas.
So he's getting it, man.
Should we who would win of the week?
Yeah, let's do the who would win of the week. This one, I'm excited for both of these guys. This week's who would win of the week is Ned Flanders versus Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye, I think
Make science fun, right?
Ooh, you make science fun.
That's
That's
I've never heard
all
that.
I wanna do.
What was that?
Ooh, you make science fun.
You made that up on the spot?
Yeah, Kid Rock wrote that.
Fuck you. Oh, Weird Al wrote it.
Yeah, Weird
Right
Al
after
wrote
his
that.
parents kicked him out.
God, that movie's gonna be so good,
Right
man.
after he got divorced by
I'm telling
Madonna.
you. Ned Flanders versus Bill Nye the Science Guy. I saw this. There's this video of Bill Nye like going through the Creation Museum, and he's keeping it together, but he's getting angry. Like he's getting really testy as he's like going around through this.
Well,
thing.
that's really the biggest. That's the marquee. That's what makes this a marquee matchup. Is you have
oppressed emotions.
You have the two biggest forces colliding right now. You have Ned Flanders, who is, I would say, probably the most religious person.
Yeah.
That's not like a nun. Versus Bill Nye, the science guy.
Oh, that's okay.
You didn't realize how I put this together?
No, sir, I did not. No, I didn't. No, I
You
didn't.
fucking idiot. You probably thought that Weird Al movie was real.
But I think that
How did you not connect the dots here, Andy?
I don't know.
Because his head's in the game, but his heart's in the song. It makes him feel so right.
Well, that's what. But you know what? Even so, Ned Flanders, I think we can get into his mindset and everything, but that guy's body is phenomenal. That guy has got a John Marco body on him.
He's ripped.
Yeah, he's ripped. You know, and Bill Nye is
Understands
not.
gravity.
I bet you Bill Nye, he's a lanky guy. I feel like Bill Nye the lanky guy. I think that he probably at his age now has like a pretty good, like he's not clumsy anymore. I'm sure he was in his youth. But Ned Flanders, I mean, that guy could just punch holes through walls like nobody's business.
But I think that Ned Flanders would get more worked up at Bill Nye than Bill Nye would at Ned Flanders.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Ned Flanders doesn't get mad about a lot of things, but that is one thing he does feel passionately about.
If Bill Nye started trying to teach Rod and Todd about
science,
evolution,
yeah,
Ned Flanders.
Well, and I think that if I'm Bill Nye, that's my play. This is just throw him off his. Well, sorry about the envelope.
I don't know. Well, you know what? It's interesting because I think that at first, it wouldn't throw Ned Flanders off as far as his ability to beat the shit out of Bill Nye. However, I don't think when it comes to the final blow to finish Bill Nye once and for all, I don't think Flanders could pull the trigger.
Well, no, I disagree. Here's how I feel. I think that this is how I imagine this fight going. They are told that they have opponents. They don't really know who each other are. They're in their respective corners getting prepared for this fight. Bill Nye is quickly studying the periodic table, and Ned Flanders has a rosemary in his hand, like saying a prayer before the fight.
Oh, a rosary.
Yeah. Fudge.
He's got the sprig of rosemary. He's just smelling
a rosary. Sorry. Brain was moving too fast. So, I think that Ned Flanders looks over and realizes, like, that's a periodic table. And Bill Nye looks over and is like, he's praying. And they're both like, what are you doing? Do you not understand? Like, and they both start going at it. And, like, everything that Flanders says, Flanders is trying to say, like, respectfully, and Bill Nye just being very condescending, using his intelligence of sorts, throwing it back at Ned Flanders, and this gets Ned Flanders worked up. So then Ned Flanders, because when he does get worked up, he gets sporadic. Like he's uncontrollable. Like he has to like apologize for his actions because he forgets what he's doing at the time. So I think he would like start going crazy, and Bill Nye would, kind of, he'd probably take, he'd probably catch a few strays, but he would be able to, stay level-headed to the point where he can think about this logically. And then as Ned Flanders comes off of that high of emotions and is like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, Bill Nye says, it's funny that you're sorry. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. No, that's, I do agree with that that's kind of how the fight would probably end.
Yeah.
Because Flanders, the guy, I mean, we see flashbacks to him as a kid, and he was like a wild child. He was not a good kid and stuff. And then, he does snap at times. But it's exactly what you said. Like, because he represses those emotions all the time, when they do come out like that, he's got instant regret. And that's when
remorse.
Bill Nye,
he feels
remorse. That's when Bill Nye is going to capitalize.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think
I'm taking Bill Nye.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because Flanders is the superior physical specimen.
Yes.
But Bill Nye,
I bet you Bill Nye could put on mass quick though if he had to.
You know what? I bet you're right. I bet you that guy is a pretty
Science.
Disciplined dude. Science.
He'd use science to get ripped.
He could have a new show.
Whereas
Somebody
Flanders just
should
using
do that
faith.
show. If Spike TV were still around, should do that. Let me tell you about my business idea I have in a second, but we'll lock this in. I'm going to say Bill Nye too because I don't think Flanders is a closer. I don't think he can finish it.
That remorse would kick in and he wouldn't be able to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going Bill Nye on this one. Which
Bill
I did
Nye
not
clean
expect.
sweep. Neither did I, really. Bill Nye clean sweep. I thought I was for sure going to be like, yeah, but Flanders would use his faith, but no, he would actually feel the opposite. He would feel like he has to allow.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he would like feel so much remorse that he would just eat his lashings.
Can I say, I don't know if this is true. I think we may have done both of these guys before.
Come on.
I can't be sure.
I mean, I can look. I'd be so mad if this
What
was
if we
true.
did this exact same fight weeks and weeks ago or months and months ago?
All right. Tell me your business idea while I look. Well,
Okay.
first of all, vote on that on Instagram on Friday. Who would win of the week? Start going. That made me really upset.
Oh, sorry.
Well, what if that's the case? Then that would be the first
I know that would be the
serious
first
error
repeat.
that we've ever had
I know.
on this show.
My business idea is going to sound very
We've
stupid
definitely
now.
fought Ned Flanders before.
Yeah.
Why did we not think of that beforehand? Why are we
We
both
were
realizing this now?
I don't know. That's a weird one.
I mean, I'm gonna be here for a while. You should start talking.
Fuck. If I had my phone, I would check. Because I could find it very easily.
Not me. I gotta flip through the Instagram.
Yeah. We could cut all this out also.
What if this is the Mandela effect?
Yeah, I mean that's also highly probable.
We're not cutting this. This is good content. Can you tell? I'm
Okay,
curious.
yes,
Yeah.
okay. It's good. Now hear me out. Tissues for men. Now, I don't know how much you blow your nose.
A lot.
A lot. I don't like this is going to sound so stupid, but I feel like people can relate to it. I will rarely even blow my nose into tissues now, like Kleenex or like Puffs Plus with lotion. I'll blow my nose into
Toilet paper exclusively?
no, like paper towels or napkins.
Paper towels is disgusting.
What do you mean?
Like paper towels at your house or like those brown paper towels that come out of a
Paper towels at my house.
Do you buy nice paper towels?
Sometimes
Oh, that's
not.
bad.
I will say
I actually prefer to use toilet paper to blow my nose.
what kind of toilet paper? But you know what? Regardless, it stays because if you get the tissue, it can't handle what I'm throwing at it. Honestly,
I agree.
because I blow my nose like really hard.
Yeah.
And like you want to make sure, especially got a mustache and stuff, you don't want anything getting stuck in it. So you have to make sure that whatever you're blowing your nose into has the grip strength.
Yeah,
to like
get out,
get everything.
and you don't want to
off.
go through because then it's on your hand.
Exactly.
And it's funny you say that because I like.
And the Puffs Plus with lotion, sometimes I get it. If you got a cold, maybe it feels comforting, but it leaves. There's residue. You can feel residue.
You want to know what my thing with want to know? I think where the toilet paper thing stems from for me. I have like a serious. I have since I was young. I can literally pinpoint it back. I'll take us back. There was a time when I was in like elementary school. I don't remember what grade, but this happened. I don't remember what teacher. Like I've blocked it all out of my memory. But I had a cold, and this was pre-COVID even being a thought. So like, it didn't matter how sick you were. Like you were going to school. You know what I mean? And I was like hacking up a lung and like maybe blowing my nose all day long, like for the whole morning. We got back from lunch or something, and like the teacher was like teaching a lesson, and I started going at it, and the teacher was literally like, "Are you gonna like you've been doing this all day? Like call me out in front of the whole class." And I will be on my deathbed, self-conscious as can be about blowing my nose. Like I won't blow my nose. Yeah. I would never blow it in class. I would never blow it like in public. Like I will leave the room at all times to blow my nose.
I hear you. I think that what I've got going on now is karma related because I remember in 5th grade there was a kid.
You were making fun. We talked about this before.
Oh, really?
You were making fun of somebody.
He'd blow his nose so loud.
And you called him out in front of the class, didn't you?
I don't think I called him out. We definitely made
Behind
fun
his
of
back.
him. Though. No, it was to his face a little. I feel bad about it now, of course. Then
I think we've
obviously
had this conversation
that material
before.
killed. It was hilarious at the time. But I think it's karma now because this guy had a horn.
So now
I blow my nose really hard, and that's why I think it went down.
you need.
But tissues for men, I think it
like
could
just
sell.
a thicker,
if we
a hardier tissue.
A hardier tissue. If we brand it the way that like Dollar Shave Club and shit
or like
used to do their ads.
What are those one? What's that one underwear brand?
Sheath?
No.
That's all I know. MeUndies?
No, it's like underwear for men.
Duluth.
Yeah. Duluth Trading Co. underwear.
Exactly.
But tissue version.
Yeah, exactly. If we did it like that, then I think we could actually like move product. It's just like it's a high quality tissue. It's literally
it just needs to be hardy. It can be rough. Like you almost don't, you don't want it too soft.
No, exactly. See, that's the thing. In the tissue game, when people say high quality, their brain goes to soft. Same with toilet paper. I don't know why I put that in there, but
no, it's the same thing. Yeah,
it is the same
bath
thing.
Tissue.
Yeah, but with blowing your nose with Kleenex, it's really not what you want.
No.
So I think that if we did it, like if we made them similar to like Wegmans brand napkins, which is my favorite napkin. Don't know why I have a favorite napkin. It's just the kind of guy I am. It is weird, but that's like it's a part of me.
Zoe's like, can you go get some tissues, and you come home with a box of Wegmans brand napkins?
No, I get tissues, and I do use tissues, but I prefer like in the morning when I wake up, I always like I like pee and blow my nose, and I always use,
you definitely first
always use a napkin because I know the napkin's going to be able to handle it. So I think napkins for men, if we market it the right way, tissues for men, napkins for men, we do that too. But tissues for men, it sounds crazy.
We should just
to me, but I think it could work.
Sandpaper, like sheets of sandpaper in a box.
Like it'll look similar. Like it'll look
sandpaper.
I think they have to be. I think the color of them has to still be white though.
Yeah,
because that's one of those things.
You need to be able to see what you're blowing out.
Okay. Yes, I suppose so.
Like, I think everybody does that. Like, big fat nose blow. Well, let's make sure what's coming out. Yeah.
That's true. But you know what? So one time, speaking of getting called out for nose blowing related things, I think about this almost every time I blow my nose. One time in elementary school, I was at my friend's house, and this girl was over there as well, and I was blowing my nose a lot for whatever reason. She's like, "Why do you keep looking at it after you blow your nose?" And I'm like, I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm actually checking to make sure, as if I could see it, that nothing's going on down there. But I was like, don't call me out for that now. Like we're literally only 3 people in this room. What are you doing this for?
No, there's no need for that.
No need for that. Tissues for men.
I have to pee bad.
Okay.
And also, we're on time constraints today. Excuse me. I know the past few have been a little bit longer, but just a good old fashioned. So the last thing I wanted to throw out there was I started watching America's Got Talent on Peacock.
What? Wait, like old episodes?
This past season.
Okay.
Yeah. That is such an entertaining show. It really is.
It's the only thing that NBC has for summer programming.
But what I will say is that it's gotten much softer. Like, you want to, because of the times, like everything, like,
okay.
But like they don't really show people getting booed off stage as much anymore.
Oh man, I'll never forget the one. But this girl was a mime, and that was her whole act, was miming. And
she
people
didn't
were
do
like,
so well.
"Yeah, of course not." And she was like, people in Europe would really like appreciate this.
And go on, Europe's Got Talent.
Yeah,
dumbass.
Yeah,
don't they have a Britain's Got British? They do.
Yeah,
they used to. They have an America's Got Talent Extreme now too. I found out, which I didn't know that until I saw like a clip from it from last. I don't know. I guess probably doing like extreme stuff.
Sure.
But I feel like they do. People will come on there and do extreme stuff anyway.
Oh yeah.
But it is so entertaining, and it doesn't have the same like. It's different now because it's way more softer. It's way more like heartfelt. Like everything is like, wow, good for that person. Like that's the stuff they show. They don't show as much of like the people embarrassing themselves.
You know what? You got to go one way or the other, right?
Yeah, and they don't even really show people that don't make it anymore. They only show the people that make it. Part of that is probably because, like, when you look back at the old American Idol, like, that was probably so much work on those judges to sit there, and even though they didn't do the, like, screen all of those people in every city they went to, and it probably took so much time that they had to speed up the process afterwards. Whereas now, like, think about how many, now that it's been out for so long,
still
like, so
seeing
big.
bad people though.
No, they are for sure. But I mean, like, from a show perspective, like, it's you get way more involved with the people that are going to be in the next round, right? Because it used to be like on America's Got Idol or American Idol, like, there'd be people in the next rounds that you never really even saw.
Right. That's true.
Because they would almost, on that show, they would show the really good people and the really bad people, but they would almost speed through the mediocre people.
Big time. Big time. And yeah, that's true. A
like
lot of people that you watched
the 2 yeses,
during, like,
1 no people.
Sure. And there were a lot of people that you would see during, like, the Hollywood week.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe they were bad or whatever. But then, like, they didn't make it to the live shows, to the rest of the show that you're watching. So that, you know what, that is a good point, because you want, like,
you want to pick some. You want to pick sides.
Yeah, you want to pick sides. Yeah, you want to have a dog in the fight.
Yeah. Like, almost everybody they show on there gets 4 yeses. Like, that's almost exclusively. So they definitely don't show the bad people. But I will say there was one act that it was not for me. Okay. I guess I could see how, like, if you were really into, like, the arts, it would be for you. Because it was kind of this guy who was, like, a contortionist. And it was him and his wife. But it's like a mini act, too, kind of thing. Like, I don't know. And Simon X'd them, like, during their act, and then rescinded his X, and the act got 3 yeses. Howie wasn't there that day, so there's only 3 judges, because the guy, like, they're like, "What's your name?" And the guy says his name, and he's got, like, this wicked accent, and they're like, "Where are you from?" And he's like, "I am from the Ukraine," and the whole standing ove. Golden buzzer, this fucking guy. They didn't actually golden buzzer. But I'm like, topical at the time, because this probably came out at the beginning of summer, right? But come on, you hit him with an X, and then because he's from Ukraine, you rescinded your X.
You got to do that.
They took it down, and he gave him a yes.
That's brutal. You got to do that though. If you're Simon, the second that guy said he's from the Ukraine,
and everybody,
the
whole crowd standing over.
Fuck.
Yeah, literally, I swear to God, he literally is sitting there like this, like, I wish. It says into the mic, "I wish I wouldn't have done that." Now, like, that's what he says,
sweating through his black tee.
Yeah.
Oh God, Simon
Cowell's still kicking.
That guy's job is to judge people. That's insane. I don't think I'd ever want that job.
Years.
I do it for free every day, but I don't think I'd ever actually want that to do it like that.
Yeah.
Because, man, laughing at jerks, that was the best. That was the best part of original American Idol.
Yeah.
You know, I feel bad for those folks.
Tropic
now.
Cyclone.
We didn't know. Magic Cyclops. Tropic Cyclone? Magic Cyclops was the guy's name.
Yeah, sang some James Buffet.
James Buffet.
It's my own damn fault.
That guy, yeah,
that
Magic
guy
Cyclops was phenomenal. He still had, you know, you can still find him online. Some very old YouTube videos of Magic Cyclops. Oh man, one of the greats. I'm trying to think of, you know, Carrie Underwood was on that show. She didn't win. Kelly Clarkson. David Cook. Yeah, but he's not
waiting.
He's
for
got that
my
song.
Dreams to turn into something that I could believe in, and now I only know the.
No, that's
it gets the chorus.
Is that the I'll wait every?
I'll take every moment
no, you don't need
and live it out loud.
I
know this is the time.
Thanks everybody for listening.
This is the time. I'll outro us to be more than a name or face in the crowd. I know this is the time.
This is terrible.
This is the time of my life. Andy.
Yeah.
It's fun getting back in here. Just the two of us.
Yep. It was.
You didn't like that?
Not the Dane Cook song. I don't like that song.
David Cook.
David Cook. Not the Dane Cook songs. I love.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
That's
phenomenal voice on Dane Cook.
All right, folks. That was your line. Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Dane Cook one time. I gotta
All right,
stop.
come on.
All right. I'll
I have to. I'm gonna. Wet my
okay.
pants.
Well, let's get out of here.
No, I want to hear it now.
No, it's stupid.
Okay.
I love you. Thanks, folks. Let's get out of here. See ya.
No.
What?
I love you.
I love you too.
That's what you
We can
usually,
love each
and then
other.
you say, all right, folks, let's get out of here.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That made me a little,
Oh, I got you. It's got to be.
I didn't like the way that
It's got
went.
to be the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't like the way that went.
You want to start over? Okay. Most of this episode is being cut out, so it really doesn't matter.
We're not cutting any of this. This
Most
is going
of
in
it,
raw.
pretty much all of this is
I
getting
want
cut.
this in straight up, as raw as can be.
Pretty much everything is getting cut.
No.
Do you want to take us out then?
No, we're done. I'm just kidding. Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Thanks, folks. Let's get out of here.